Actually, Mahabharata has three names. Then Jaya, Bharata, and then Mahabharata. And at all these three stages, the number of slokas varied. Ultimately, it became Mahabharata. And there are so many versions. And Bhandarkar Institute, Pune, there were 10 editors and proposing the Mahabharata project, which ran for several years. And a critical edition of the Mahabharata was prepared and published and announced and available in the Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute, Pune. And actually, the completion of the Mahabharata project was announced and declared by Dr. Sir S. Radhakrishnan, probably in 1965 itself. But if you just look at that voluminous work, which has engaged scholars all over to edit and then bring out a correct edition of Mahabharata, it takes a long time. So that is the history of Mahabharata. And you know, Mahabharata is such a large text where Ganesha was the scribe and Vyasa was the dictator. So there was a condition between them. Vyasa Bhagavan told Ganesha, when you are, so Ganesha told Vyasa Bhagavan, you should not stop dictation. And I have no much time, I'm very busy. So said Ganapati, and you should continuously dictate. Then on the other hand, even Vyasa Bhagavan also put a condition, saying that when you are writing the Mahabharata slokas, you should understand and then write down. So thereby, Ganesha had to spend some time for understanding, and that was enough time gained by Vyasa Bhagavan to narrate and to complete the Mahabharata. It was simply a miraculous a Sambhuya Samuthana, a combined work. And both are very powerful. Vyasa is Vishnu Bhagavan and Ganapati is the Shiva. So there is that kind of Vishnu Shiva Shakti being implanted in the Mahabharata. And in fact, in order to destroy the Kauravas, who are the Rakshasas, Manava Rupa Rakshasas, so Krishna Avatara has got to be fulfilled by promoting Dharma, by demoting Adharma. So Kauravas were adharmic and Pandavas were dharmic. So those who are dharmic, they suffered more. But no matter, there was Krishna Sahaya all through the time. Therefore, they were able to establish and Dharmodharana could do. In fact, the Krishna Avataram is meant to say that, see, Dharmodharana is that is Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. I am going to be born again and again. So, in order to uplift Dharma, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Duskrutam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So I am going to Sambhavami, means I am going to make my presence in one form or the other in order to have this kind of Uddharana. So in Mahabharata, Vidura is a great example or representative who is the promoter or voter for the Dharma, Nyaya, and all that. And he happens to be the brother of the Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and he has been given the position of being a minister to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is born blind. Actually, Dhritarashtra was not eligible to become an emperor and sit on the Kuru throne. But because of the grace of Pandu Maharaja and others, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and all these great acharyas, he was allowed to sit on the throne nominally and hold the scepter. And as long as, As long as Pandu Maharaja was living, he was looking after the entire administration of the land. But afterwards, Duryodhana became bigger and he became the Yuvaraja's teacher, and then the rule was quite different. But so this is how the whole thing goes. But exactly for second time, Dharmaraja, Dharmaraja accepted to join the dice play, Jutam. And in the second time he accepted, he never informed Krishna, nor even not told all his brothers. I mean, he told all his brothers and Draupadi not to inform that he has accepted the invitation from Duryodhana, Dusyasana, Shakuni, Karna. These are the Dushta Chatushtayam. So he agreed and played, and that Shakuni is very much expert in Akshavidya. So he was able to cheat. Though Dharmaraja knew that there is a kind of cheating going on because he's a Dharmapara, he never swerved from that commitment, and so he played up to the end. Last any and everything in that. So this is how the whole show goes like. And now when Pandavas, as per the condition, completed the Vanavasam for 13 years. And then they returned and they demanded share in the land. Actually, Dharmaraja is not expected to ask for the consent from Rashtra or anybody because it is an agreement that they automatically become owners of the 50% of the Rajyam. But when there is
వాడికి టేబుల్ కావాలా అన్నాడు పెట్టుకోరా అంటే
మ్యూట్ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ మ్యూట్ ಮಾಡಿ
అది పెట్టు కూర్చో అది పెట్టుకోరా అని
మ్యూట్ ಮಾಡಿ
మీద కూర్చోవచ్చు నువ్వు నా టీవీ ఆఫ్ చేస్తే వాడు కూర్చుంటాడు నువ్వు టీవీ పెడతా
when there is a crisis, he could not stop. He could not stop the Dhritarashtra, and he has to ask primarily something. But before Dhritarashtra, he was very cautious. He sent Sanjaya as an ambassador to go to speak to Dharmaraja, and ultimate message was that Dharmaraja and brothers must go back for another spell of 13 years Vanavasam because his children are used to have an entire land enjoyment. So they are used to live in the forest. So how not they continue? This irritated very much Dharmaraja. So uncle he is, but still, and he has dandled all people. So he just said no. And a kind of fear gripped Dhritarashtra, and in order to get some kind of solace for the situation that was running in his mind, he requested Vidura to come, and Vidura immediately came and he went on and he expressed his fear and difficulty and crisis to Vidura, the minister. Vidura is a only very wise man among entire characters of the Mahabharata. So then Vidura started talking, and Vidura Neethi is very proverbial one. Afterwards only we have got so many Neethi granthas in Sanskrit literature and also in other vernaculars. So to say that Neethi, Riti is most important for the safe and successful life journey of all people. If they are Neethi Brashtas, if they are Dharma Brashtas, they have to pay a very heavy coin for that. That's exactly what it is. So, Vidura was trying to impress on Dhritarashtra that he should try to listen to the Dharmaraja's words, and he has to offer the share to the five brothers' children and see that he can enjoy wonderful, peaceful life with 105 sons and families, and so he'll be richest person. But that could not happen. Of course, Dhritarashtra is ready to agree to that kind of facility, but Duryodhana, the moment Duryodhana appears before Dhritarashtra, he has lost control over his own mind, and he has got so much soft corner for his eldest son. That's what. So, believing this son, he got himself ruined and has to vacate the Simhasanam. So now we are in the Vidhuraneethi 36th chapter. So where there are actually 500 slokas in Vidhuraneethi, which has been divided into 8 chapters. So we are in this chapter at the 35th stanza, and we just concluded at that time. So what is this Vidura is trying to tell? He was trying to distinguish Punya Karmanam Dharmanam Mahaprajna. So 33rd sloka I am reading. So Sraddhaya Paraya Rajan Upanitani Satkrutim Pravruttani Mahaprajna Dharminam Punya Karmanam. And the next sloka is Sukshmopi Bharam Drupate Syandano Vai Saktaha Bodham Natatha Anye Mahaujaha Mahijaha Evam Yuktaha Bharasaha Bhavanti Mahakulina Natathanye Manushyaha. Actually, Mahakulina, Nichakulina was the subject matter proposed by Vidura, and Dhritarashtra asked him to define the Mahakulinatvam and Dharmaparatvam and all that. For that, this Vidura is keep going about it. So in the 33rd sloka, he says, Shraddhaya Paraya Rajan Upanitani Satkrutim. All the all the Punya Karma people, that virtuous men, they are devoted to the practice of religious acts, and they are desirous of entertaining the guests, and they keep everything ready whenever guests come to offer. Look at it. Shraddhaya Paraya Upanitani Satkrutim. See, Satkrutina, Satrupanitani means they are all kept ready. All interest and dharma means those people who love dharma. So we are in the so that's why Punya Karmanam Dharminam. So who are dharmins? Those people who are committed to doing righteous. Now you look how many lakhs and millions of people are going to Kumbh Mela. They want to be dharmins. So they want to be getting punyam. So for the sake of obtaining punyam, they are taking the risk and all other things to go as far as that from all over the globe and have a dip in it, because it's a punya karma and it's a dharma karma. Having been born as human beings, when occasion and opportunity arises, they have got to get hold of it. That's why they are all doing it. Shraddhaya Paraya. Paraya Shraddha means immense devotion. And then the guests are be treated like that. And in the next sloka, he is talking about the difference between. So lean, to be lean is not important. People say normally a lean fellow is stronger than the stout fellow. సో దప్పంగా ఉంటే వాడు బలహీనంగా ఉంటాడు. సైజు లావుగా ఉంటుంది కానీ లోపల బలం అంతా టొళ్ళు. కానీ సన్నగా ఉన్నవాళ్ళు లోపల మంచి స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఉంటుంది. దట్స్ వై ఈ బాడీని ట్రిమ్ చేసి సన్నగా ఉంచుకోవాలి అంటే దే మస్ట్ గో త్రూ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్. సో గరిడి అనేవాళ్ళు ఆ రోజుల లోపల దే యూస్ టు గో అండ్ డూ లాట్ ఆఫ్ సాము అండ్ గరిడి అండ్ ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్. Nowadays, we have got electronic equipments where people go and switch on and then do something. But those days, the strength that is being acquired through exercise and all that by people to be ready for war and fight and winning, that is different. That's why here, Krishna, that Vidura is giving a grand example. He gives the example of a sandal tree. And he and compares it with another other kind of trees. Sukshmopi bharam nrupatehi syandano va shaktaha odhum na tadhanye mahijaha. Mahijaha means those who are born on the land, the other trees. See, other trees, something like they are all thick and much thicker and all that. And the teak tree or sandalwood tree belong to high families, and they are always capable of bearing the weight of the great cares which ordinary cannot. So that's why people nowadays who are rich enough, they go in for fixing their house with the sandalwood doors or otherwise teak wood doors, and the other wood also is there, could be used, but that wood is not recommended because the, there is a problem with other wood. But sandalwood trees are strong and thin, strong and powerful. Therefore, there is a comparison between the sandalwood tree and all other trees, Mahijaha, but they belong to huge families, and they are always able to bear the weight of great cares and which ordinary men. So the ordinary men are like the other trees, while the sandalwood tree is like noble. Therefore, and more expensive. Nowadays, the sandalwood is very expensive. And so people will have some kind of flair towards that. See, you understand, see, when Indira Gandhi died, she was burnt with 500 kg of sandalwood trees. I don't know, that was the news at that time. You can imagine. So 500 sandalwood, with that they burnt the body of that prime minister because she ruled the land for 11 years and her father for 17 years. And afterwards, nobody ruled so long. So anyway, so some of that. And when Maharajas used to have that kind of luxurious thing. And the 35th sloka, where it is said, so Sivalingaya, are you able to catch up? The 35th sloka, Natin Mitra Yasya Kopad Vibheti Yadva Mitram Sankitenopacharyam Yasmin Mitre Pitariva Aswasita Tadvai Mitram Sangata Sangata Iva ಅಶ್ವಸೀತ ತದ್ವೈ ಮಿತ್ರಂ ಸಂಗತಾನಿ ಇತರಾಣಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್? ಸ್ನೇಹము ఈజ్ బీయింగ్ స్నేహము, స్నేహితుడు, మిత్రుడు, మిత్రత్వం. So all these things have been well defined. And even in Yajurveda, we have got a request to Surya Bhakti, Agni, and all gods. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? In Agnihotra ceremony, you come across, what is that? Mitrasya chushaishadvam anta. You should look at with the eye of a friend. When you look at with the eye of the friend, there won't be any kind of fear. Or if you look at with some suspicion, there is also a fear in the person. Therefore, yasmin mitre pitariva swasati. Supposing a friend is in sorrow or in grief, the other true friend must try to solace him, give him some kind of confidence, solution. Then that is really good friend. So tatra mitra navastavyam yatra nasti ಚತುಷ್ಟಯಂ ಋಣದಾತಾಚ ವೈದ್ಯಶ್ಚ ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಯ ಸಜಲಾ ನದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಜವಾದ ಮಿತ್ರನಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಏನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಪಂಚತಂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಶರ್ಮ ಹಿತೋಪದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಓ ಮಿತ್ರ, ಓ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, you never take to reside at a place where these four things are not there. So ಋಣದಾತಾಚ ವೈದ್ಯಶ್ಚ ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಯ ಸಜಲಾ ನದಿ. There should be somebody who can lend you money or support whenever you are in dire need of it. That's exactly what is called as pitaraha aswasati. Like father who comes to rescue the child in case of danger or otherwise, that is how the mitram. So friends are like each other, are like the parents. So the parental affection is there between true friends. Runadatacha vaidyascha, there should be a doctor. Runadatacha vaidyascha, and there should be a purohit also. Srotriyaha and sajalanadi, there should be also a river with flowing water. That is the place wherever you can always, where you can always choose your residence. ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ತರಹ ತನ್ನ ಮಿತ್ರನಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ತುಂಬಾ ರೇರ್. True friend is he who infuses, reposes confidence on a father, is a true friend. All other friendships are nominal connections. These days, in Facebook, people have got thousands of friends. And that's what is called Facebook. But actually, no Facebook friend will be really of any use sometime. Therefore, it is not simply making friendship, but trying to get hold of. That's why in olden days, people used to say there is a proverb. You may make friendship with any number of people, but you should always be constantly friendly with at least 4 people. 4 ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Therefore, yasmin mitre pitariva aswasita. So that's the most important thing. Now I am going to the 36th stanza, where some more advice is being given by, so in number of ways, Vidura is trying to impress upon Dhritarashtra, whatever be the condition, he has to ultimately oblige the proposal of Dharmaraja, which is not new at all, and is a genuine one. And Dharmaraja has gone through that kind of status and ultimately came into that picture. So in the 36th stanza of the 37th chapter, यदि चेद आप्य संबंधो मित्रभावेन वर्तते स एव बन्धुः तन्मित्रं सा गतिः तत्परायणम्. सा गतिः तत्परायणम्. This is very beautiful slokam also. So we actually